Peace. Welcome to Faith Expressions. I would like us to take on Saint Mark. Saint Mark's feast day is April 25, and there is so much to learn from this saint, Saint Mark. In the scriptures, we have learned that Saint Mark has been actually around during the public ministry of Jesus. He has seen Jesus and has been among the many disciples. It is believed that as he has written himself the St. Mark's Gospel, he is there as a young man who ran away naked when he was grabbed by the mob and by the soldiers, and they have taken his mantle. The idea here is Saint Mark has met Jesus. Saint Mark has known the apostles. And among those, therefore, who have become part of the early Christian community, he was there. And then he was with his cousin Barnabas, became a companion of Saint Paul. And then after that, he became companion of Peter until to the end, he was with Peter. And that is why in the letters of Saint Peter, one of the passages it mentioned there, Peter or Saint Peter saying, greetings from Mark, my son. There is a very close relationship between Saint Mark and Saint Peter. And that is why not only I believe that he has witnessed many of the stories of Jesus himself, he witnessed, but also he learned from Saint Peter himself what he has written in the Gospels. The idea, I believe, that we have to take as relevant about Saint Mark in our time is the growing up in the faith. And secondly, the eagerness and enthusiasm, a childlike eagerness and enthusiasm in narrating, in proclamation of the faith. He grew up in the faith that he received until he matured in it and died as martyr for it. He is believed to be the first bishop, the founder of the seat or the diocese of Alexandria. And there are fathers of the church coming from Alexandria, the Church of Alexandria. And he died as martyr, being dragged in the streets. The idea of growing up. Many times we think, for many of us who are cradle Catholics or cradle Christians, when we are in it already for years and this is what we know, there is a certain point when we say, I know everything. I know this, I know that. Unless until our very lives become reflection of what we believe in, we are not yet totally Christians. We are not yet totally what we are expected of our faith. And that is why growing up in the faith, maturing in the faith, is what I believe Saint Mark's life lesson can give us, among many. And so we have to think that the growing up in the faith, love of God and service of God and knowledge of God can only be measured by God himself, who knows our heart, and can only be measured by the way we believe translated into our behavior and to the everything that we are as a person. And so let it be that in our growing up and journey of the faith, our today must be better than yesterday, and tomorrow must be better than today. That is growing up. And we ask St. Mark to help us in that endeavor. Second, St. Mark's Gospel is characterized, among many, of the childlike narration or narrative, the use of and. So there is an eagerness to that. In our time and context, this is very relevant because many times we Catholics, Christians, people of faith, many times we do not have that kind of eagerness in talking about our faith. And yes, of course, maybe we would understand that maybe we would not be talking about the faith. Yes, we will be behaving about the faith. But in behavior, we are already lacking. How about in talking about the faith? And when we talk about the faith, we do not actually go deep. There is no depthness. And in narrating or in sharing our faith, there should be that enthusiasm and excitement, a childlike excitement in our sharing of the faith, both in behavior and in words. Let us ask Saint Mark, give us that his kind of attitude, the kind of ways of excitement and enthusiasm in proclaiming our faith, our love of Jesus Christ, our following of Jesus Christ. Saint Mark, pray for us, especially in our time and context. May we grow up in our faith and mature in it. And may we talk about our faith and love of God in the way you did, with excitement, with enthusiasm, and with passion. Amen.